Yeah, I would say it definitely make different decisions for kids that are trying to go on like calorie counting or certain nutrition diets and trying to get bigger or lose weight. Definitely make a big difference. They'll definitely pick and choose a lot better, make smarter decisions about what they're going for. I mean, I'd be for that. I think that's a really good idea. I'm surprised they don't have it already.
In my past experience, being a director of culinary services for Starwood Hotels, ITT Sheraton North America Division, one of the initiatives that the hotels undertook was an initiative around customer wellness, menu labeling, and branding. Menu labeling was part of a branding exercise. The objective was to try to improve food within all North American Division properties. One aspect of that was to label those menus with fat grams, protein, calories, etc. So people that were traveling on business, those are targeted demographic, could understand what they're consuming and what that was kind of doing to them in the sense of what am I consuming in the way of calories, fat grams, etc. Because the research that we had showed that people were more concerned about what they were eating, whether it was healthy for them. From a student situation, I would think those kind of same things would hold true. And probably more so because it is a younger population that is more concerned about health as part of who they are and what they're in tune to today. And from my experience, if you have this kind of offering, chances are it's an attractive amenity to people that want to come here. What's the other part of coming to the school, or any school for that matter? You know, what's their take on the health and well-being of a student? I mean, competition usually watches what each other is doing. So if someone has a successful model out there that works, chances are people are going to want to model, copy that type thing. And I think that's where, to me, that's kind of exciting. To you can lead, follow, or get out of the way. And so being in a leadership position is one that's always good. I think the example of, rather than just doing what you think customers want, is really spending some time and getting to use some research, talking to them, and actually figuring out how you change your business model to incorporate that in there and to drive some business results.
Do you think it would be a good thing to have calorie counts?
I do. I would certainly I'd certainly pay attention to if there's a calorie counter on the menus. I mean, I eat a lot at Panera, and they actually do list the calories on there, and I always pay attention to it. And sometimes it does influence my decisions.
So I think that putting calorie counts on menus or restaurants is a great idea. I think that if people are counting calories, it's a good idea, but also it's just good information to just be knowledgeable about, and just to know more information about what they're eating.
Yeah, it'd definitely be a good idea to have calories, because as an athlete we're told to eat a certain amount of carbs, a certain amount of protein, a certain amount of fat, and if we don't know what we're eating, it'll kind of deter us away from eating in J Street.
Do you think it'd be a good idea to put calorie counts on menu boards?
I think that would be absolutely a great idea. I think in this day and age, when there's so many hidden facts, especially about nutrition and what the things that are in our food, it's like vital or definitely important for people to know what type of food they're eating, the calories with it, and so that they can keep their weight, especially and stop that freshman 15.
In the freshman year, I gained so much weight, like it's a joke. It's like freshman 15.
I think people make a lot of poor food choices because they don't know exactly what's in their food. And I think it's just because there's a lot of misinformation out there. And if they had that information, they'd make much better decisions.
Do you think if they posted calories, it would like change how you picked out your food?
Remember that time? Yeah, probably.
We're told by our coaches to go to the hospital because they provide that information. So if they would probably tell us to go to J Street more often, rather than choosing elsewhere.
Okay, so yes or no? Yes.
It would help. It would definitely help. Absolutely.
So in your past experience, you used digital menu boards at the hotel where you worked at. Did you see an advantage in using that rather than just posting kind of like a traditional board that you would have to change out
Traditional
manually?
menu board, yeah, absolutely. I mean, we call them wayfinding, and the wayfinding was completely integrated in the sense of you just didn't worry about telling you you're located here and you go here like at a big mall. I mean, this was very interactive. So you could go to the board and you could see what kind of foods, and we'd interject videos into that so you could see someone preparing it. and it gave you a lot of information.
If you do the digital, you can even do things to tell you like lines for certain areas. So if there's a big line for a comfort zone right here, the kids can see that and be like, oh well, I'll just come back in 5 minutes if I have to wait 5 minutes online anyway. So I mean, if you do digital boards, you can implement even more ideas.
So in a university, one can only assume that students have to eat. So what the deal is how do you take advantage of that, and how do you step back and say, all right, how do I meet the need that they have? How do I leverage that as a business possibility to drive increased sales? And at the same time do it in such a way that says to people, I really kind of appreciate this. It's going to continue in a big way. And the choice is you either get on board or you're going to find the government walking through and saying something. So this is just the tip of the iceberg, so to speak. So it's one of those things where look, you either get on board or you get left off at the station. So I think it is a point of competitive advantage for a short period here until everyone gets it. Then it's going to be just to play the game. You're going to have to do it.